Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Foolish Rich Esoteric News with your weekly updates on the worlds of esoteric and occult book publishing and arts and events and paraphernalia. Once again, I want to thank miskatonicbooks.com for sponsoring the show. I really appreciate your support, Miskatonic Books. If you don't know miskatonicbooks.com, do go and check out their website. Go and check them out on Facebook as well. They are the #1 international purveyor of esoteric and occult books. If there's a book that you're finding hard to find, like you've heard about a book or you've been told about a book and it's just out of print, or maybe you live in the US and the book has been published abroad, Miskatonic Books actually get these difficult to find books and books that have been published abroad into their stock so that you can access them more easily, right? You can also sign up to a book that they don't have in stock so that you are the first to receive an email as soon as they do get the book in stock. So you just get a notification and they'll say to you, hey, we've got the book in stock. If you want to buy it, then now's the time, kind of thing. And that's a really nice service that they offer. I reviewed a book that was actually published by one of their imprints, Azoth Press. I reviewed the book yesterday. It's called The Goddess Seals by Nikki Wardwell Sleeth. Really nice book. If you haven't seen the review yet, I do recommend going to check that out. There's some, I don't know, I think a lot of people watching the channel might be very interested in it. You'll see. But yeah, just generally, all the best books are coming that come out can be found on Miskatonic Books. All the best occult books, of course, right? And yeah, even books that have been out of print and very difficult to find for a very long time, such as The True Grimoire. This is the first edition, which has been out of print since I've even known about this one, right? Maybe not quite, but you know, it's been out of print certainly since 2019. It was definitely out of print. Yeah, so very cool stuff from miskatonicbooks.com. Go and check them out. Okay, the first bit of news over here is from Black Letter Press. So they've had a sale going on for the past few days. It's a short sale. From what I understand, it's just for 1 week. And so for those of you, for members who are watching this news video on Thursday, the 29th of February, then yes, I expect that the sale's still going to be on for a couple more days. For those of you watching on Friday, when I release the video to the general public, then yeah, I'd probably get your skates on if you want to still take advantage of this quite amazing sale. For example, Hidden Paths, the book written by Denis Poisson, is going for €45 right now. That's the second edition, of course. The brand new Conte de Gabalis is also on sale, and well, I mean, yeah, some very cool ones, right? The On Christ and Antichrist, which I have yet to review, by the way, and that's coming soon. And then the artisanal edition of Hidden Paths as well, and William Blake for the Sexes, which was one of my top 10 top favorite books, most beautiful books certainly, that were published last year. Absolutely lovely edition, and so on and so forth. Don't forget to click on the load more to just keep browsing and find loads of very cool stuff from Black Letter Press there. Some really nice stuff. Okay, news from Theion Publishing. So it seems that Harper Feist's upcoming essay Hecate Oketos is going to be made available in early April. So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm a big fan of what Harper Feist does and her whole approach to magic. I think it's fantastic. And so yeah, very excited to see what shape this takes, right? I just want to know more at this point, but I guess we'll get plenty more information by early April. And then news of a new author joining Theion Publishing, Volker Zotz, PhD. And Volker Zotz is a professor of philosophy teaching and researching at universities in Germany, Austria, Luxembourg, as well as Japan. He also founded the German language cultural magazine Damaru. Let me see. He is spiritual successor as head of the initiating tantric order Arya Maitreya Mandala. So this isn't the first time that Theion Publishing seem to be publishing a book on a tantric order, or released by a tantric order. Ferocious was definitely a notable previous book in a similar topic, right? And it looks like they've only got 20 copies left of those. But let me just come back to this author, Volker Zotz, PhD. Arya Maitreya Mandala. Yes, so Volker is currently preparing a significant publication for Theion. I guess that's the main news here, which will delve into the tantric views, rituals, and practices of this particular order, right? Offering an authentic and practical exploration of the centuries-old Indian Siddha tradition and its contemporary possibilities. It all sounds very exciting stuff. And then, of course, scroll down for a look at what is currently being offered by Theion Publishing. News from Scarlet Imprint. So it seems that they're going to be publishing a compilation of essays by Frater Acher, and they're releasing one of these essays that Frater Acher has recently written, it seems, on the insults coined by Paracelsus. I think it's obviously very silly. It's also very enjoyable. It's kind of very different from what we're probably used to reading, and it's a very nice little essay. You just need to click on there and it'll download the PDF for you, and you'll be able to see the art of Jose Gabriel Alegría Sabogal that he created especially to go alongside this little essay in its full glory. It is exactly what it says on the tin, you know. There's let me just get to the little preamble here. I don't know if you can actually see that. Let me just enlarge it a little bit so you can have a read of that and get an idea of whether you'd like to find out more. It goes on for 42. Well, this is already page 9. Okay, this is there's a few pages of just opening pages, and then there's 42 pages in total. So I guess about 30 pages or so of actual text. But what's very cool is, of course, his notes, right? His footnotes, which are always very, very insightful, very, very interesting, and taught me a heck of a lot. Regardless of what the actual topic is, the author of these insults was certainly nothing if not a fascinating figure. Okay, and more news actually from Frater Acher. It seems that one of his articles is being published in the Three Hand Press zine, okay, which is going out for $5 right now. It's 12 pages, 4 color photos, and limited to 750 copies. The prospectus is actually free with any order placed after February 9th or as a standalone purchase. Frater Acher is interviewed regarding the Trückenmesser, the principles of contemporary goetic sorcery, and his future work for Three Hands Press. There we go. I have to put out a disclaimer every time I bring up Three Hands Press. They are not known for being good communicators, unfortunately. I know that the book that was 5 years late, Green Mysteries, finally came out, so you know that's really nice evidence. Nevertheless, you know, I still have members, viewers reaching out to me saying, hey, I've been trying to get in contact with Three Hands Press, who still haven't sent my order, and they haven't responded. It's been 3 weeks now. What do I do? So yes, if you do order from Three Hands Press, my recommendation is always to use PayPal, so that if a significant problem like this arises, you can actually do something about it. You can cancel your order and just raise the issue with PayPal. But yeah, it's such a shame, isn't it? Because they do such amazing work. They do such amazing work. But the issue of communication, it is a real part of a publisher's business. If the publisher is wishing to sell themselves, I'm sorry, it is an important part of it. So yeah, please be advised and act accordingly and responsibly. Naturally, as I say, they do fantastic work. Okay, news from Credoquia Absurdum. So they are asking whether viewers or readers or clients would be interested in a paperback version of the Terra Volatile book, and if they would be interested in a deluxe collector's edition of the Terra Volatile tarot. Now, those of you who've been watching my channel for a long time, you'll know that this is my go-to tarot now. I almost exclusively use this deck. I absolutely love it. Yeah, I think that it's worth thinking about whether you would, in fact, buy a collector's deck if they did put one out, and then just simply go over to their social media outlets and let them know. Probably not a good idea to let them know that you might be interested, or if you think, oh, it's a nice idea and I'll just say that I'm interested when you actually wouldn't be interested. The whole point, I guess, is that they want to make sure that there would be actual clients for these products if they spent a lot of money to actually produce them. I think it's a very exciting idea. So yes, just head over to Instagram, I guess, and leave a comment on their page if you would be interested. I'll leave details to all of that down in the description, of course. Couple of books from that I found on Amazon, and the first is this one, The Celtic Goddess Grimoire. I think after reviewing the Goddess Seals yesterday, this is definitely of some interest to me right now. Invoke the enduring power of the Celtic feminine divine. I'm very interested in the many faces of the divine feminine, and certainly my knowledge and understanding of the Celtic tradition in general, certainly of the Celtic approach to the divine feminine and the Celtic goddesses. My knowledge is lacking there, right? So yeah, it looks like they've got two versions, a paperback, a Kindle edition, and yeah, infused with sacred practices, meditations and rituals. Celtic Goddess Grimoire is a must-read for anyone seeking to cultivate a meaningful relationship with the divine feminine across the Celtic landscape. That all sounds wonderful. Okay, I'll let you read all of that blurb. Sounds pretty exciting to me. All right, so next we have Throwing Bones, Crystals, Stones and Curios. Includes 20 unique casting boards for divination and insight. And this again seems very exciting. It's #1 in the new releases in divination with crystals. Create a divination system that delves deep into your psyche to help you peer into the future, explore your past, and address issues in your present. Fortune casting or throwing bones and other objects for divination is an age-old magical practice. Bones are like totems and can be any item, something from nature like shells, roots or crystals, or trinkets and found objects like dice, coins or keys. Whatever you use, casting will help you create a definitive divination system based on your personal practice. It's through casting that you can truly enhance your intuition and connect to the spiritual, earthly, and supernatural realms. Through collecting your objects, you're building a unique alphabet and language that will help you answer important questions. So yeah, you're going to get advice and suggestions for creating your own set of bones, 20 unique casting layouts with full instructions, details on many popular forms of divination, and lots more. Right? That seems cool, doesn't it? Seems quite nice. There we go. Throwing bones. Very nice idea for a book, and that'll be out on the 8th of April, so not long, not very long now anyway. Okay, this is a reprint, if I understand correctly, the definitive edition of two beloved tarot decks illustrated by Peony Coin Archer with guidebooks by Olivia Pepper. And I think that these were out already, but not in such a beautiful edition from what I understand. The Little Monsters Tarot, I think this is getting a new edition with actual oval die cut cards. That's very nice. And if I understand correctly, they'll have like a lenticular like edges to them. Don't quote me on that, but certainly the book here does. Yeah, you can see that there's some kind of holographic rim to the back of this. It looks very beautiful, doesn't it? And then the Efflorescent Tarot. Again, this has been very popular, and it's getting a new edition. And yeah, if you've been wanting to get hold of this one, because it's been out of print, of course, then it's probably the right time to go and pick up a pack. They are very, very beautiful. There's no question about it, and I think that I'm just excited to see some artwork by an actual artist. You know, it's not all that obvious anymore. Speaking of which, oh my goodness! Speaking of art by an actual artist, I got an email from Larry Roberts, who's shared with me. Larry Roberts from Miskatonic Books, who and you know that the upcoming 10th anniversary edition of Gateways Through Stone and Circle is coming soon. It's being delayed a little bit because they're getting rid of all the AI art and they're getting an actual artist to create real art for it. And I've seen the first picture and it looks really, really nice. I'm going to need to show that to you guys next week, because I'm not going to open my emails live with everyone watching, but it's very, very nice. I'm very excited for this, and hopefully you guys are going to appreciate the new artwork. Very, very cool stuff. All right. News from Jason Miller. Oh wait, so Jason Miller made an announcement when he was kind of tipsy, and he said that he would consider possibly reopening his Phurba course, the Sorcery of the Razor Nail, which he had said would never happen again, but there was a lot of enthusiasm, and so it seems that is in fact going to happen once again. So just like last time, this course was offered and I told you guys about it. It's important to read everything here, especially this little article that he's written on gurus and empowerment, which will give you an idea of yeah, I guess one of the considerations that you will need to think about before signing up. Okay, so as he says, there are lots and lots of resources out there talking about the Phurba. This is his take, and for students who are interested in specifically his take, then this is obviously going to be the right thing. But yeah, there you go. So it's three payment options, I think. Is that right? Yeah, $100 a month for 5 months, a one-time payment, or weekly $25 a week for 25 weeks. There we are. All right. What else do we have? Yes, Occulture has announced a retreat happening in October 2024. I'm afraid I don't remember who sent me this information, but whoever it was, and thank you very much, said, yeah, there's not going to be an Occulture conference this year, just the retreat. I don't know whether that's correct or not, but this retreat is happening over 5 days in October in San Leo in Rimini in Italy. So yeah, the Occulture conference usually happens in Berlin, but there's a total number of 66 participants for this retreat. So yeah, if you want a seat, if you want to have a place, then my guess is to look into this as soon as possible. If you'd like a 5-day occult retreat in Rimini. Yeah, it does seem like, 18, 19, 22, 23 all in Berlin, and then this year in Rimini. There we go. Curious. All right. Okay, I've got actually 2 games for you guys this week, and the first one is this one. It's Inferno. The idea is that it is Dante's Inferno as a game. It looks complex. I admit it looks very cool. It looks very complicated. It's like a very crunchy Euro from what I can see. Nevertheless, some very cool looking minis, and just a really nice idea. If you've got a love for really crunchy board games that you might spend considerable amount of time learning the rules for, and then just really getting into excuse me, the fact that the theme is Dante's Inferno specifically. You can see the levels, the layers of hell that constitute the board. It looks very nice, right? It looks very, very exciting. Looks quite well designed, although I don't know. The minis look fantastic. There's no question about that. Yeah, the Minotaur, Geryon, King Minos, Antaeus, Cerberus or Cerberus. Looks, yeah, as I say, I don't think I have the patience to learn the rules for such an enormous game anymore, which is maybe a shame. I don't know. Well, it certainly looks like a very beautiful production. And then the second game that I'm particularly interested in this week is this one. It's Floe. So this is by the same team who made Endless Winter and Unconscious Mind, which I backed actually. I backed Unconscious Mind. I'm hoping that that'll arrive a little bit later this year. And this just looks incredibly beautiful. The idea is that it's supposed to be kind of similar to Lost Ruins of Arnak, which is really one of my favorite games of recent times. Absolutely loved that game, and so seeing something that leans into the same kind of feels, the same kind of mechanics, sounds quite good to me. People are saying that it's one of these games that's quite easy to pick up. Not very many rules, but then it gets quite crunchy when you start playing it. There's quite a lot to keep in your mind. Lots of different targets and objectives that kind of build on each other, and you. So I think that's possibly the one point that's making me think I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. Sorry, not 100% sure, but I might be willing to risk it, kind of thing. It does look incredibly beautiful, and the idea of you're kind of like a hero, and you've got a familiar, and you're trying to get these actions done, and building up your engine, and building up your actions, and so on. Just it looks cool. It looks very cool. There we are, folks. Thank you very much for watching the show. If you'd like to have a one-to-one conversation with me, then the links to do that are down below. As always, you can have a 1-hour chat with me where we'll talk about your spiritual path. If you'd like some recommendations, some book recommendations for just for your specific situation, then we can do that, and I can read your tarot to get an idea of what the tarot really needs you to know right now, and what it recommends to get your life well in the direction that you would like it to be, and things like this. And that's actually an email from Carl Nordblom from Watkins Books. I have spent this week actually buying tickets to England, and I'll be visiting London mid-May. So that's really exciting. Just spending a very short amount of time in London. And yeah, of course, I'll be doing a tour of Watkins, but yeah, I'm excited to see what that email says. What else, folks? If you'd like to support the channel, then it's Patreon, which is really the best way to support the channel. Links to that down below, of course. And yeah, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.